Hello everyone. It's Sunday, and so that means we're streaming. I'm Only Black Mage, and today we are continuing our adventures across the galaxy with one of my personal favorite games ever made, Force Gemini. I'm sick after coming out of a week-long, stressful, retail-long trial called Black Friday. I've done my best to stay healthy through that event, and now as soon as I relax, I go catch whatever random passerby disease I've gotten from any one of thousands of people, and so I'm sick right now. How are you guys doing today? Hey Dark, how are you? Hey, glad to see you got out of work early today. Hopefully it means you get a chance to relax. If I ever pause suddenly, or you see me quickly go silent and then pause the game, it's because I'm quickly going to blow my nose. I'm in that stage of sickness where I'm, have a constant runny nose, or I'm hawking up stuff, to get it out of my body. So we're at that phase of things. I'm also currently chugging down, raw vitamin C, through fruit juices and lemon juice and all that. It's a really great way to get a quick pick me up of vitamin C, to just a quick bullet way to give yourself an immune system a boost. But always be healthy. That's my advice for today. Oh, you have to work tomorrow? Well, I can relate. Anyway, some people may be like, you sound now a little bit more like how you sound in your videos. And the reason why, trade secret of mine, about a third of my total videos, and certainly half of the Final Fantasy ones, I recorded while sick. And because I'm in such a lower energy state, and I have to be a lot more deliberate with my words, causes me to speak a little bit more moderately paced and enunciate more. It also means I don't get as fast paced, or my voice doesn't kick up a pitch when I get really fast and excited. I can't even fake it right now. And so when I talk and I narrate, people think it sounds a lot better. I don't deliberately get sick, but when I end up recording, I just, for some odd reason, my allergies will kick in, or I'll get a flyby cold. And I have to record that day because I only have a few times during the week where I have a window with which I can record, edit, redo the lines in the same environment. And so that's the best time for me to do all that. And so go figure, that's the exact noise I'm in right now. So if it sounds, wow, I think it's hilarious when people are saying, wow, you have such a great soothing voice in this video. I'm thinking it's because I'm sick. I'm glad you like my I'm sick voice. I can't say that's what I always sound like. I'm a little bit more higher energy. But hey, that's the one you get right now. I'm gonna continue this playthrough, and I will be pausing or speaking over it in a much more discussion sense. At least I don't sound like how I did coming out of Black Friday last year. Black Friday, I got a horrible, weird congestion thing that made me sound like this, and I sound like I was a chain smoker for 45 years. I couldn't speak. I lost my voice. That's exactly how I sounded. I lost my voice last year, and that put me out. I can't remember what I was editing at the time, but it stalled me out for like an entire month because I just sounded like crap. And because I'm working, because I'm stubborn, I don't take sick days very often. Because if I can operate and work, yes, I may sound weird, and yes, I'm highly contagious, but whatever, it's everyone else's problem. Then I take poor care of myself. Anyway, let's play Force Gemini. Where were we? That's right. We're in Mizar's palace. I saved this part for last because I love the mission that it takes to get through. You open up in this giant area. Allow me to again walk you through everything you see. You go through this entire area, and you notice that's so strange. We have these weird spinning rings. I see some floating golden triangles there. I see another angle over there, and you could walk through this entire area and just find nothing. You know? I love these flat textures that denote depth. That's always hilarious to me. Let me know if the audio balance is still good. I can never tell. Again, you have Mizar tokens. You're like, why the heck do I need Mizar tokens? You see a Floyd space, which always irritates me. And depending on which character, any one of the characters can get here. So Lupus, Juno, or Vela can get here. But it creates a giant sense of, why is there a big empty space? Clearly there must be a boss battle or something here. But let's find out. Thank you very much. I always like to do quick mic checks. Alright. Fortunately, this one is generous. A little bit. I hate the inverted controls. I will always hate inverted controls. Oh, that's right. Hold on. Where is the last one? There's 3 of these things. There's one over here. Oh, that's right. It's through this space. That's right. Whew, first try. Oh my god. Floyd. Oh, that's right. You can't do that. Oh, forgot. I'm gonna gas out. Actually, I might be able to just make it. There we go. Just made it. So if you've ever seen Stargate, this almost seems like a direct nod towards it. Stargate, which was an excellent sci-fi film, mid-90s. My friend loved the film. I liked it. I love the presentation of how it introduces bosses. Open scene, flame lit, you see the shadow creeping across the landscape. This darkness swallowing the horizon. Slow pan upwards. Is that a spaceship? What is that? That's the insignia for Force Gemini, which is kind of a game mechanic weird thing. You're like, what on earth is this? I never saw the series, but I love the movie. You're like, it's a spaceship, right? It's a pyramid. What kind of, like, this is like a scene straight out of Stargate, by the way. Strong military drum beats, snare drum, deep bass, sharp percussion. The musical intonations and choices here, great. Like Gregorian chants. Perfect theming for a boss. You're like, whoa, that's gotta be the final boss. I mean, we're at Mizar's palace. And Mizar's palace literally just flew right in. Again, great cinematography, panning out, going into the small confines of the tunnel, showing the true scale of the object that you just encountered and witnessed. Simple, but such effective cinematography. It's actually pretty straightforward once you complete each person's level. You simply hop in and I'll show you what happens. It's very straightforward. It's kind of weird. This is the part where it ends up just being a game and not really too much context for why it does what it does. Darn it. I had 1 in 4 chance of getting right, and I zigged when I should have zagged. Canonically, I like in my headcanon that Juno arrives first on scene. Oh, can I also point out that I love the coloration of Juno's outfit because it's my exact colors. It's the standard I love. It's silver, blue, and gold. I love it. Dark blue. This part's weird because I never understood why Juno just kind of accepts standing on this pillar and why this pillar that's clearly from Mizar is accepting and like putting him in stasis, and also he's just accepting it. I never understood that part. I suppose when I think about it, Juno realizes he needs to stop and take a knee, and he's waiting deliberately for his allies to come in. But anyway, you see what happens, it cuts to black, and you're like, what happened? If you played through solely on just Juno, you didn't skip over to Vela or Lupus when you unlock them, then all of a sudden you're left with that sudden cliffhanger of what's going on, what happened to Juno. And it jumps immediately over to Vela and Lupus, but this will be quick because we already got them right to where they need to go to. So we finished up with her as well. She comes out of the waterfall. If Juno or somebody else didn't already activate the temple, then somebody else would have. So it doesn't matter who gets there first. Once it's activated for everyone. Nope. Darn it, I should have gone left again. Taking the scenic route. And this cinematic is pretty much identical to the other one. Character walks in, looks around. Context-wise, it's interesting that one of these comes up, and it would be nice if the character, whoever came in second, saw the first person in stasis and kind of understands what their plan is without explaining it to the player and jumping in on the same things, being like, all right, when we go forward, we met up now, but now we need to go forward together as a team, as a unified front. Again, one thing I do like about this music that helps the scene is that it's a variation of the main theme. I always like that. I like when the main theme plays when something important is happening. It's a cheap trick on themes, but I like it. It works. It's effective. There's a reason movies and shows do it during those triumphant moments. It plays like the character theme. So whenever there's a character theme and it plays, it's cool. You know something's going down. And last you get Lupus. Again, I love how you get a doggo as a character. There are so few games that give you a doggo as a playable character, and that's so damn cool. Cannot be overstated. The way that Lupus ends up being directly where the Floyd spot would have been leads me to think that Lupus probably would have been the first choice. All right, we're gonna try going right and seeing if that's correct. Nope, that was Juno. All right. So in this case, going left would have been correct. Go figure. Again, it's funny how the dog realizes things. It's like, it's a space dog with a space suit and a space gun on its back. At that point, Lupus is just showboating how long it can fly or hover. It's not flying; it's falling with style. This is also where I like that the game does a good job of setting its story pacing. The traditional plot line is, action, rising action, climax, denouement. What I prefer to see is during the rising action part, you have like a first climax and then you have a second climax. To me, having two of them is better than one. And especially when you're establishing the main threat for the first time. I never like it when the main bad guy is introduced to the characters at the very end of the game. This is also why I canonically believe in Juno being first, because he teleports on the scene first. So Juno comes in. Again, they don't just show you the bad guy. There is a build up. Look at this scene. Even the character doesn't be like, "I'll take him on" in a haplessly optimistic way. He knows he's seeing some shit. And again, we're seeing him from his perspective, and then they haven't done the reveal yet. And even Juno is like, "Holy shit, I'm in over my head." And now you see this massive cybernetic insect come out, and Juno's like, "Holy shit, I am in over my head. Oh my god, I made a mistake." I don't get the red tinting right here when it's out of the player perspective, but Juno's still gonna be like, "All right, well, I'm not going down without a fight." Main character points, laughs, and doesn't even waste any time. Now, Juno should be firing everything he has at him right now, but instead he's looking on like an idiot, so point off for that. But then Mizar's like, fling. The 3 camera angles is a nice touch. And then Juno's like, "Get wrecked." Mizar laughs, bit show-offy, but we get an idea of what kind of villain he is. He doesn't quite confirm the kill by ripping your head off, but he's like, all too easy. And so immediately you establish the gap in power between you where you are now and where that you are. But Juno wakes up, and he's still... I love how he gets up, and the first thing he does is he points his gun at the enemy. He doesn't try to pick a fight, because at this point he knows he cannot win. But check this out. Perfect timing. Right on cue, right as soon as he gets wrecked, backup immediately appears. It's so cool to see allies suddenly come in when you're so weak. That's what makes that Avengers Endgame, like Avengers Assemble moment so epic. And you're like, you know what? We got this. See, Force Gemini was doing it before Marvel even saw it. And Unified Front, let's go, guys. I love how Vale has a tri-rocket launcher. Juno has the machine gun, and then for some stupid reason, the dog has the pistol. I don't know why the dog sells a pistol on him. And I love how it fades out the theme, and then it fades in the theme as they enter the scene. And Mizar's like, oh, okay, well, you're not dead. Well, huh. I love it when allies assemble at the end as well. Yeah, same thing, Dark. I love that. It's so cool when, like, and especially when they each make an entrance, that's cool. Mizar's like, hey, check out my flame show. And this is what's cool. You expect Juno to be the one to step up. It's the dog that steps up. I never expected that. You think Juno's gonna be like the main, like, I'm gonna take care of this, I'm the man? No. The dog steps up and is like, I got this. Unexpected step up from what you would assume is a secondary character. The third, and what you may consider arguably the weakest character, steps up. Although, in my opinion, Lupus is arguably the most useful because of his mobility. And you're like, the dog steps up to take on the main bad guy, soloing this. And you're like, I'm actually fighting the main bad guy already? Clearly it's got to be, like, the main thing. And you're like, alright, get tactics in. Alright. He's got eye beams. Oh, you can't hover when you're in first person mode, that's right. Or third person. Also, one thing you may have noticed, there's no life bars in Force Gemini. You kind of don't have a clear indicator of exactly what you're up against. Like, if you see the splatter's working. There we go. So you're hurting him. And you're like, oh, he could bleed. We got him. And you're like, that can't be it. It's got to be a fake out. But the dog, look, the dog's confirming the kill. But it was just a juke. The dog is the smartest person there. You dare defy the rule of Mizar, insolent earth scum. You will regret this, as you watch your homeworld torn asunder. And suddenly, Mizar takes things personally. You're like, whoa, 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 whoa. We were just here to save the tribals. And Mizar immediately flies into orbit, passing Meteor. And he takes it and literally snatches the Meteor mid-flight. And now we're escalating. My friends, how could we ever thank you? Many would have simply ignored our plight. And yet, your only reward is the sudden threat to your own world. And Jeff comes in. The asteroid is headed straight for Earth. If you don't act to avert this crisis, the collision may well rid us of Mizar, but at a terrible cost to your people. Worse still, your Jet Force ships, they just won't get you there in time. We have a ship that may serve your needs, but there are drawbacks. The ship belonged to our distant ancestors. It brought them to this galaxy centuries ago. Since then, 12 parts have gone missing, scattered far and wide across nearby worlds. The final piece I myself still own. It's yours when all of the tribals are free. Sorry to be so mercenary about it. If you can collect all 12 parts, our flagship may take flight once again. The pause menu will record your progress. Break of character there. One more thing. We can upgrade your armor too, spelled the British way. We'll even throw in a jetpack attachment, which you can charge on designated pads. Now enough talk. You have much to do. The very best of luck to you all. And then you're like, wow, sudden power up. I love this part of the story when the character's like, we can't do anything about this. And then all of a sudden, like, hold on, we got you. upgrade time. Everyone suit up. This is part 2 now. Act 2, everyone gets a power up. I love this. Except for one part, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And I like how the tribals are like, hey, we'll help you, but you need to rescue every single one of our fallen comrades. So until you do that, we're not really completely helping you. So this will be a fair trade. You save my people, I'll save your people. Fair deal. And I like that, making those deals. Again, look how it has a Mizar token. Like, Mizar has this cybernetic upgrade, but somehow Jeff can access it. This is foreshadowing. I never caught that earlier, but this is foreshadowing. And now you get the reveal. This is like a Captain America. I'm drawing so many Marvel things, but it's like a Captain America reveal. Where you're like, you went through this adventure so far, tackled Mizar and failed, and now things are at higher stakes. And all of a sudden, the upgrade. Again, the slow theming right here. They're playing the main character theme very lightly in the background. Slow pan, focus on each character. Juno looks badass with his upgraded Space Marine armor. Vela is not showing off her panties anymore, is wearing shorts. Cool armor all the same. And your dog is now a dog tank. With treads. I love how your dog's just literally piloting a tank now. I'm like, this is so cool. So now you're a cool badass Space Marine, but you have a dog that's also driving a tank. And now we go back to where it all began. And this is the coolest part right here. We're going to start off as Vela right here. I love her upgraded suit armor, by the way. I didn't like her original look with the miniskirt. I just don't like that. But this one, I like it. It looks more functional. I like form and function. So you're back in the Mizar's world. Here's what's awesome. All the worlds you guys have been on, the 3 separate paths you guys have taken, now you can go back to every single world as every single character. So now everything is unlocked. And the best part is, you haven't even been to all the planets yet. There are still new paths to uncover. I love that. I love how you can revisit now those old areas in meaningful ways. It's not like, oh, there's Wall of Fire, I can only access the fire character, okay, there's that. No, your reward is not just a new area. Your reward is a new planet or a new weapon. That fulfillment of stretching and going and backtracking. It's not tedious backtracking. It's very rewarding backtracking, and I love that. Save game. Let's see. I think if you go back, actually, in the pyramid... Oh, I like how the clue right there, I forgot to mention that. Floyd plus triangles equals pyramid. They're like, hey, it may seem cryptic since we leave you with no clues, so we literally put the solution on the wall. That's kind of not cool, but I forgive it. And now you have a jetpack. You see the ship. You see it getting assembled. You see Jeff hanging out over there. So everything has context. It's not just hidden in a cutscene somewhere. Everything has context. I'm trying to remember where the next thing is. There's a real... I think it's right here through this door. I think. Unless this was only through Juno's level. Yeah, this was Juno's part. Alright. One of my favorite things to see in an RPG, and I love how many RPGs do it, not all of them do it, is you'll see me. I did it in many of the Final Fantasy ones, and the Tales of Zestiria did it, and I also love it for that. And that is the roll call. When, like, everybody steps up. You know, everybody comes in, makes a scene, makes an entrance, and everyone assembles. Or, like, everybody stands up and speaks their piece, and then, like, everyone goes in as a unified front. I love those sort of scenes. It's so cheesy, but I love every single time they do it. You're like, what's this little pyramid here? If you tried going in here, you wouldn't be able to get to anywhere because um, all you have is this flight pad, and there's a door there, and you're like, what's up with this crazy door? And, like, it won't open for me, but it's clearly a door. But now that I have the jetpack, which, by the way, is super easy to use, you just kind of stand, it just kind of charges and does its thing. Jetpack is a little unwieldy. You're like, what the heck is this pad over here? It's a bug. And you turn into a bug drone. I also love how each of the characters are a different bug drone. And you're like, now the door's open. This is weird. You're like, what the heck is up with this? You're like, reconnaissance. Yes, you watch me turn into a bug drone. You may want to watch the replay because a really cool thing happened. But the first thing you find in Mizar's palace is this a are those racing flags? And then you come out and you see all these drones fly out and you're like, whoa, what's going on? And then you see a racer in there. You're like, oh, wow. You approach it and you hop in a very comical fashion. And you're like, oh my gosh, do I now have a hover car? Yes, you do. Holy crap, I have a hover car now. And you're like, this game just got super cool. There's a vehicle section now. And you're like, what's going on with this? And like, there's a race? There's a race thing in this game? And yes, there is. You're like, what the heck is this game? And there's like abilities. I forgot how sensitive these are. I used to have this memorized. Bumping into anything takes a ridiculous amount of traction off you. Get out of my way. The blue ones, I think, are boosts. And the boosts are key to everything. But yeah, it's like a Mario Kart type thing. You're like, what the heck is this game? And like, yes, this game has a racing segment. And it's surprisingly well done, except for the part that I messed up there. Ah, I wasted that boost. First place is smart. Gotcha. And also, original music track for this. You're like, what? This game is too good. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, you have to beat this race in a certain time to get something. Pardon me as I consult the internet. Let's see. Oh, I think you just win it and you get it. Yeah, there we go. I just win it. And you're like, holy crap, this game is amazing. Can you not hear the game audio at all? Really? There's no game audio whatsoever? Oh my gosh, you're right. How the heck is that happening? Oh my gosh, you're right. Okay, we're gonna try to figure this out. Why? Man, that sucks because there was some great music playing just now. And music is such an important. Nanomaster, during the replay, was music playing during that? Hmm. Okay, let me restart something, and then we're gonna see if that fixes everything. Just a minute. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't realize it was not streaming the game audio is all. Okay, I restarted everything. Are we hearing stuff now? Okay, perfect. It's just a simple, like, alright, first things first, let's just restart everything. I love how this goes chronologically through all of Rare's stuff. Rare Replay is so brilliant. So, Nanomaster, just to quickly recap what happened. We did a small little Floyd flight thing. We brought down an awesome space pyramid. And had a quick show-off against, Mizar, who whooped us so bad that... and was just offended at the entire option of us trying to step up for ourselves. Came in, and now stole a meteor is going to crash into Earth and destroy our planet. Jeff comes in, he's like, hey, sucks how you guys stepped in to help us, but now your entire planet's at risk of being blown up, so here's what we'll do. Free my people, and I'll give you a spaceship that's fast enough to catch Mizar, and so he won't blow up your planet. And he gives you, hey, let's upgrade your suits so you can actually take on this fight. And so now everybody has upgraded suits, jetpacks, and not only are you, like, looking cooler, but, like, hey, your dog now drives a tank, and that's super cool. Alright, so cool. We got the fuse. Alright, first things first, and this is the part that I love. I love this part so much. The fact that now that once you do that, you can go to every single planet for every single person, and... and tackle things now. So now I'm going back to Goldwood as Vela. But now the mission is you have to make sure all sections are complete and every tribal has been saved. So now you have to be extra careful and extra mindful of all the little bears, because as you know, they can die with the monster, all that. And what's important, too, is picking up all the stuff that you did not catch the first time around, because there's some weapons that are on certain characters' routes that you have to go through as the other character in order to get. They're not going to have all the same armaments. Cheating a little bit, I know that Juno, from this point on, is the most important character, because even though your dog stepped up to pick up Mizar, Juno technically is the one who finishes the fight. Alright, so really fast, and again, one thing I love that this game does, I can track my stats. Thank God. So one thing that Vela does not have is fish food, because everyone knows you need fish food. And hey, remember that thing at the very bottom here? Well, hey, remember Vela can swim. So now you're like, hey, Vela can swim. Let me go to that river area. I don't remember how to swim. There we go. And explore with her. Despite my name being Oni Black Mage, Dark Reject, don't forget, the original origins of Oni Black Mage is actually a cleric. I was a cleric who defeated so many demon lords of the underworld that I became a small demigod myself. That was the origin story. We're just gonna skip past this stuff. Actually, you know, I think I have to kill these guys to progress. I love this music. I will always say this, like, with the exception of 2 worlds in this game, I love this music. But if you're gonna make me a D&D 3.5 character, I would have to say Warlock is probably most accurate. And where do you think you're going? Where's the last guy? There he is. I love how you have to confirm the kills sometimes. And now we're at this part, and you're like, oh, I remember that there is a little underwater area over here. And you'd be right. So new routes open up now. So now, this is a brand new area. Exclusive only to Vela. I much prefer in 5th edition warlocks over clerics anyway. I used to love wizards in 3rd edition. I don't love 5th edition wizards at all. They got hit with such a nasty nerf bat. I actually love bards the most in 5th edition. They're my favorite class by far. They're like, all these upgrades. You know a fight's coming up if they're giving you this many upgrades. And all of a sudden you're at Goldwood, you're like, whoa, this is like Goldwood, but playing way meaner. Love this music though. Oh crap, I only have one Tri-Rock. I should have bought the refills on my ammo. I made a tactical error. How did my homing missile miss? Give me a break. Oh, that is devious, game. Having the enemy launch right behind me, all too devious. I'm not gonna waste any valuable ammo on you. Just gonna take cover and peg you with my pistol. Stay right there. Perfect. What words cannot settle, explosives do the job. So here's the deal. The game jukes you. You think you're supposed to go through this door, but if you recall very early on, there's a life force door. So it's expecting you to forget about that life force door at the very beginning of the level. And I think I got everybody. I think there's an enemy that doesn't spawn until you run into a certain area. Oh no, I got them all. Cool. And those guys wearing that armor, they don't appear except only here. And they do a stupid amount of damage. You can only get them on their head. didn't want to use a tri-rocket launcher, but sometimes you just gotta fix the problem. Oh, shit. That guy should not take 5 tri-rocket launchers. Oh, there's an invulnerability thing. I could have used that. There we go. Yeah, you guys play so damn dirty. I think I can snipe up from here, though. There we go. Sometimes you gotta take the shots where you can get them. Gotcha. I genuinely do not remember this part. Oh, there's an invulnerability thing there. Ah. Well, since there's that, I can just jump down here and not worry about it. Oh, this is a ship part. Ah, okay. Well, I need to get that anyway. Oh, there they are. Well, so I could have sworn there's some tribals around here. There better be some tribals. Man, we still have 6 more to find. Man, look at this ledge grabbing. You know, the thing that Sekiro couldn't do. A game that came out literally 20 years later. Oh, there's an upgrade. See? On your way back, you're like, oh, there's an upgrade. Nice. Sniper rifle. I almost never use that. Alright, now we continue on with the main mission. You're like, that was just a side detour. But it was still necessary because you need to get the ship part. Hey, it's Grim. And if you didn't realize that there was a invulnerability thing there, you'd have been like, what the hell? There's like 30 guys, there's fire everywhere. Yep, and that would have been rough. That also would have been a you problem. Okay, this is where I hate the game. Shit! Because it does shit like that, where it's like, you can't get to all three of them fast enough, you have to literally jump, and the things fall. But you have to kill yourself, because if you don't, it counts as a death, and you have to restart the entire stage. So it's either cost yourself a life for the life of another, or, you know, let them die. You gotta make those split decisions. Well, now I don't know where to go. I have 6 more tribals to find. There's a room I'm missing. Alright, let's backtrack. We are missing a room. Let's retrace our steps. Let's make sure we have every house here covered. Because we could have missed a spot. We could have missed a house. Check every corner. Everything clear. I think the exit is the entrance of the level. Nooks and crannies. This is the limitation of my memory right here. Is Alright, first area seems clear. And remember, there's no maps either, so it's not like you can just check a map. Why are you still alive? Alright, might as well retrace our steps in this cave first. Alright, so we went right first. Let's check left. Check our steps. Check our corners. Alright, this just had the ship part and a couple tribals in it. Yeah, I didn't think they respawned after I died. And there's none behind there, is there? Nope. This is the normal gameplay part where I get horribly lost and try to remember where I'm going. This is also part of the experience. This is also the part where I try to fill in dead air. So, how was your week at work? One thing you can safely add to any lore, and it's okay if you work this into my character as well, is that I am navigationally challenged. I struggle with maps and directions. Now, it's funny because I have an excellent sense of direction, so if I don't have a map, I'll remember where things are. But if I need to navigate somewhere on a map, I get horribly lost. I have a terrible sense of direction in that case. I can't navigate the spots, but I'll remember what things are or where they are. But I can't remember how to get there. Incidentally, I can stay perfectly calm when I'm completely and horribly lost because I'm so used to that sensation of being horribly and hopelessly lost. So it doesn't bother me. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's right. And this area leads to the mining quarry, I think. People would think I disappear to go train or something like that because I always come back stronger every time I disappear for long periods of time. And the truth is, I actually just get horribly lost, and I just happen to pick up a whole bunch of new tricks by finding like hidden secrets and horrible monsters off the beaten path. And so I incidentally keep grinding, and so I keep getting stronger and stronger, but not on purpose. It's only so I can just try to find my way back. So like, oh my gosh, he must be off training in the mountains. No one ever sees him for weeks. It's actually, I just got lost. I'm still missing a couple guys, aren't I? Oh no, I have everybody. Okay, perfect. That's everybody. Alright. Level complete. There we go. Alright. Oh, that's right. You go to the crashed UFO. Yeah, so you go off to a new area, you find a crashed UFO, a derelict spaceship in the middle of nowhere. And you're like, what happened here? You're just walking in. And this thing looks straight out of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Straight flying saucer. Also, I like when you're flying in, if you're observant, you notice that each of these corridors are rooms you can actually navigate to. Abandoned space station. I love the haunting music. And this is single-handedly the most useless weapon, other than probably fish food, in this entire game. Yes, you can kill stuff with it. It is so useless. It's just a shame, but it is. The flamethrower. It kills enemies so slowly, costs so much fuel to use, and burning enemies hurt you. So it's just a pain in the butt to use. Not worth it. Oh, I made a mistake. I'm supposed to get these tribals last, I think. Or wait, there's gotta be a way to get back. Properly. I might have messed up. I think I'm supposed to get those tribals last. Because I don't think you get back to the main path this way. Actually, can you jump up and ledge grab? Come on, Vela, ledge grab. This isn't Sekiro. There's got to be a way, because if you jump towards your ship, you automatically leave the level. I may have to just leave the level, and, yes, got it. Alright, we're good, we're good. Phew. Alright, if I recall correctly, there's a lot of tricky parts in this spaceship. Well, actually, I want to leave that for Juno. Actually, come to think of it, let's leave this, and let's switch over to Juno. Because I want Juno to be getting all of these, upgrades. Again, I love how Lupus is now a dog driving a tank. I love it. But because I unlocked this world, now it's available for anyone to go to. And you could just instantly go there. No shenanigans. It just lets you go there. Like, oh, you just want to quit what you're doing and switch characters and go to this thing as a different character? Okay, that's fine. I'll let you do that. Thank you. Thank you. No hassle. Again, I love that strut. Juno looking like a badass. And like that, we're in. Easy. Oh, I can't get this upgrade as Juno. I wonder why. Oh, you know what? I think I need a flamethrower. That might be a flamethrower upgrade. So I'm gonna have to do the same shenanigans as we did with Vela. If I recall, there were 4 tribals here. There we go. Alright, we're in this. Yeah, that's what I thought. Flamethrower. I'm not forgetting that guy at the very bottom there. It's just that there's 2 layers, and I remember it being very difficult to get back up once you drop down. I want to be stingy, but I'm like, there's no point being stingy with one's ammo. Just kill him and be done with it. I think the lore is that this is one of the initial ships the tribals came to when they came to this planet, and it got just destroyed, and so they left the entire derelict ship out there. Don't tell me only the dog can get across that gap. Because I know the dog can cross that gap no problem. But I'm really hoping that's not the case. There we go. I love the idle animations, look very cool. I could have made that jump. Okay, whatever. Okay, game. Because here's what I also love about Force Gemini. You go from being functional and cool to being functional and looking cool while being cool. Not always an easy thing to do. We've been down here already. You have to get every nook and cranny in this ship. This particular section doesn't lead anywhere, and so you just have to get everything right the first time. Alright, 2 more. I chose to take the hit to make the play. I'd rather take the hit. Whoa, that was dangerous. And rescue them rather than risk them letting them die. "100% of the time in this game, it's much better to sacrifice yourself than sacrifice somebody else." There we go. There's got to be a part in this ship then. Because I got all the tribals now. I know there was that elevator leading down. Hey Pooty, thanks for the host. I appreciate you, man. Whoa. It got dangerous in this corner here. Was there nothing there? That can't be right. I guess there really isn't anything here. I remember this always confusing me, thinking it was a secret here. Like, why is this room the very final room in this entire spaceship, but it leads to nothing? I remember trying everything in that room. Trying blowing up the walls, figuring out if it's an elevator, everything. I guess it's just nothing. Other than collecting tribals, there's... And, you know, I guess getting the flamethrower for whatever reason, there's actually, I think, pretty much nothing here. I'm trying to think, is it the spawn ship that you get all of the upgrades for Juno? I'm trying to remember, as well as a spark gun, which is another useless weapon, but it's just kind of there to say, hey, I have it. That goes down. That's there. Oh, no, that goes down. One of these goes up. I am walking around in circles. There we go. All these doors spazzing out trying to open and close. Jetpacks are awesome. I keep running around in circles. There we go. And that's it. What kind of sucks that I'm not super big fan of what this game does is that you have to have a leaving animation and then an opening animation for the next planet. It's like you don't, especially since these are unskippable scenes. But I had fun with that. It was very cool. Okay. I don't think... Save. I think we're gonna go... I think it's the... I know Eshbone has one with us. I think the spawn ship is where I need to go. Actually, I know we all have to go to Eshbone because that's where the magenta key is. Because there's some levels you have to redo now that you have the jetpack because it's impossible to get everything except as a jetpack. Let's see what wasn't done in this. I think because this is an early one, everything got done. I think. No, we missed 7. I'm trying to remember. Why would 7 have been missed? Oh well, we're good. Let's just sweep through. We need to go through here anyway to get upgrades. Except now we got a jetpack and we're awesome. I think this level is still a pain in the butt if you're not Lupus, because you still, like, being able to hover is so valuable here. Because, yeah, try to get the shit. That. Because the platforming in this game is not great, and so jumping through as any other character that's not Lupus is a pain in the butt. Well, since we're down here, might as well clean up these rooms. Yeah, baby, homing missile. I'm glad I saved that for Juno. That was danger close. If any one of those things exploded on top of her, that would have killed her. That was unnecessarily reckless of me. I don't think there's any friendlies in this room. Any secrets to the side? No. It's a good thing I like this music. This will save time for when I inevitably fail and drop down here anyway. Trying to be optimistic, though. Ah, shit, I need Vela. Yep. I bet that's where the other ones are. Only Vela can get them. Alright, alright. We have to go through this world anyway as Juno, because there's an upgrade room that's only for him. Yep, I bet that's exactly where this room is. Well, actually, that's probably just a ship part. That's not actually a tribal. Alright. There sure are a lot of game of the decade discussions going on right now. That seems to be the popular thing to talk about. I sure wish there was a jetpack here. If there was a jetpack thing here, this would be so much more manageable. Phew! Alright, first try. Cough. Just irreverent violence. Kinda like it. Alright, here we go. Time the first one. And go for the second one. I machine gun, do your job. Thank you. Gotta be very careful here. Actually, sometimes you just need a more precise touch. Oh, I don't have a green key. Really? I'm gonna keep pelting at you with my little pistol. Die, die, die. Die, die, die. Thank you. Wait, I thought the green key was here. Where do I get the green key? Who has the green key? Damn, it's like Doom all over again. Like, shit, where's the green key? I need to Google this real fast. Thank God we have the internet sometimes. Green keys in segment. Ah, okay, so that means Vela has it. Another reason for Vela to complete this. Alright, well if that's where the tribals are, that's where the tribals are. Shit. Alright. Interesting, this doesn't give me the red key. Oh, I already have the red key, I guess. There should be a little tribal there, yep. Ten more in this level. Oh, did an enemy just cut through the wall? Holy shit, it did. Hey, jetpack. There we go. This game's like, yeah, we know that you're not gonna be able to float here, so we need to give you a jetpack. I think I already have the yellow key down here, though. Yeah, I do. I'm not sure who this would have been for, then. Because everyone can get the yellow key. I know Goldwood has it, and clearly this area has it, too. I guess that's for Vela. Vela may not have the yellow key. Because I know she gets red key pretty early on. Green key I know she gets. Yeah, this is the room. So they're like, oh no, hot lava. It's okay, Juno is invincible. His special ability is walking on lava. And actually, I think this is a ship part over here only he can get to. Oh no, that's just the shocker. That's a shit weapon anyway. But I love this hall, because this hall is nothing but glorious upgrades. And so you're like, upgrade, 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 dopamine, dopamine, dopamine. I'm missing a weapon? What weapon am I missing? Try rocket launcher, try rocket launcher, try rocket launcher. Oh, that's Gino's key. I need to get... This is a ship part right here. So I would have had to done this anyway. Okay, cool. Oh. That abyssal darkness looked like something I could walk into. My mistake. Anyway, to go back to the game of the year, game of the decade discussion, I can't really pick one. I don't like top 10 lists to begin with. And there's certainly more than 10 games that I love. Whatever that last upgrade is, I don't need it. Because, I think it's for the, there's another type of mine, I think the proximity mine. I think it's the only weapon I'm missing. And I don't need the proximity mine. Nobody does. Yeah, at least rescue the same 8. So clearly spawn ship, I think, has to be done with Vela. Because I think Vela's the only person who has all the keys and the water swimming ability to get to where you need to go. I think she's the only one that can complete it. Speaking of... To me, a game is a game. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a remake. It's still a game that came out this year. Let's get that extra key, that green key that I don't have. I like how this kind of looks like cleanup, but it's actually part of the actual main campaign. Because this area is a pain in the butt anyway, and you have to have the jetpack to get everything. Because, yeah, first thing is green key. You need to get the green key just to get out here. So, yeah. Alright, let's collect these 2 gooners first. Because I remember this area being, like, so small. But then once you unlock the jetpack, you get so many new areas. Love this music. Arguably my favorite music of the entire game. There's a sniper, and I don't know where they are. Maybe not. Oh, there you are. I need the green key. We're gonna loop around here first. And then do the middle part, because I don't think the middle part has any tribals in it. Like, this is such a good sci-fi, like, theme. When you're exploring a spaceship. It just sounds right. Magenta key. Oh my god. I feel like there's an order specifically to get to this area. Oh, I didn't even notice that upgrade there. Machine gun capacity upgrade. I mean, Gino needs it anyway. Hello, Drag. How are you? Welcome to the stream. How's your day or night going? Not sure what part of the globe you hail from. I know there's a jetpack to get up there, but we need to go get the green key first. Well, thank you very much, Drag. I appreciate you for saying that. And thank you for taking time out of your day to come in and actually tell me that. You actually might be surprised how little I hear that. A lot of the times I hear about what I don't do, or what isn't done well enough. And it's always nice to hear some kind words. So I appreciate you. Look at this secret area just for Juno. I love it. Secret areas. Dark, I appreciate hearing it from you, but like, one person is great, but I have to tell you right now. Oh, the blue key. I didn't notice where it was. I hear a lot of general negativity. Even though I get a lot of positivity from a lot of my videos, a lot of it's a lot of naysayers. The way it always comes is this. You always get the first wave of people that watch, which is great, and then you get the nitpickers that are next, and then you get the wandering traffic of people that are just, you know, coming in for YouTube recommendations, and they like or dislike things, and that's fine. But it's always very tumultuous traffic. It's the time that, it's what they always tell you, you have to have very thick skin. I unfortunately do not have the luxury of telling them to fuck off, so unfortunately not. Drag, apologies, that's where you hear me hear an F-bomb for the first time. This is casual streaming time. We're not doing any special narrations. Oh, so Gino has to be the person to get all of them here. So I have to get these as Juno. Let me refill all my ammo. So I have to ask, Drag. I have to ask. Which series did you come into first? And which videos did you like the most? I'm always curious to hear that from different people. Because it's never the same crowd. And this is a casual environment, so if you want to say whatever you want to say, it's fine. I like this, I don't like that, it's fine. I'm talking to you one-on-one. You'll also have to forgive me, I am sick right now, so if I sound a bit nasally, apologies, it's because I am. How do I get back up? Oh, there. We don't judge people, but if you're a troll, we will make fun of you. Remember Lone Wolf when we were playing God of War? That troll. I remember him. So if anything, Lone Wolf definitely left an impact because of how trolly he was, or she. It's hard to tell the internet. But if you troll, we will absolutely troll you back. Do not think for a second you are safe from trolling. If you want to laugh at me playing games poorly, that's fine too. As you can tell, it's a very intimate environment here on Twitch. Not too many people, because I'm on East Coast USA. I stream in the dead of night. So most people usually are not awake on my side. And so some people are like, wow, you don't have that many people hang out with you. No, I do not. So that's why any friendly face is always welcome, Drag, so that's why you are much appreciated. And they leave little gems, thank you, I needed that. If you've never heard of it, Drag, this is one of my favorite games of all time, Force Gemini, but yes. Legend of Dragoon, alright. I'll have you know, that was my very first time playing that game. I've owned a copy of that game, but I never got around to playing it until I had to play it for recapitation. So I was playing that game for the very first time. I think it was last year that I released that video. So I was playing it in 2018. So it's different when you play it with a modern day style, and you're aware of that, as opposed to playing it like, say, back in the 90s. Or not 90s, it was 2000 and... No, it was 1990, or was it 2000? I'm trying to remember. You are not alone. Let me tell you something, Drag. Let me step in closer so the mic can pick me up better. Let me tell you something. When Legend of Dragoon came out, I had no idea how incredibly devoted that fan base is. And they let me know. Trust me. I was very impressed. I was like, wow, what a devoted following. And I suppose part of my ignorance comes to the fact that I didn't grow up playing it, and so I was just new to it all. And what makes me weep a little bit is because you have such a devoted fan base that isn't going to see a sequel. And that's got to be so painful. Am I... Okay, I was about to say, like, am I backtracking? No. I could have sworn there was another tribal on the base floor of one of these rooms, but I guess not. Part of the reason, by the way, is because I never owned a PlayStation 1. I still never owned a PlayStation 1. I only ever owned a PlayStation 2. I borrowed a friend's PlayStation 1 back in the day. And that's how I played Final Fantasy Tactics and Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. Is literally because a friend of mine who also loved RPGs was a good friend of mine in high school. His name is Mark. Mark spelled with a C, by the way, which always took me forever to get around. But yeah, Mark spelled with a C. he loaned me, like, that's how good of a friend he was, how good of a pal. He would loan me his PlayStation 1 and those games, and I played those games that way. So that was my exposure. And then I would buy a couple of games on my own. Like, I bought Disgaea that way. Let's see. I bought Resident Evil. But it wouldn't be for many, many years that I got Legend of Dragoon. Alright. This gives you just enough fuel to get to the next area. I'm really glad you enjoyed the Danganronpa one. Danganronpa is also another series I never played until Recapitation. And that one has the distinction of being the very first commission job I ever did. Because a guy who I think in the credits, his name is Chris, I think, Pollard. He literally emailed me one day and just been like, hey, do you take commissions? I'm like, I suppose? It's like, hey, if I give you X amount, would you do this game? I'm like, sure, because I didn't have a price on my head. I was just some no-name guy who talked about games for a bit, but he liked my style. And he says, okay, well, hey, I want you to do Danganronpa. And I was like, Danganronpa? But I'm like, this game... And I looked it up, I'm like, this game isn't even out in America yet. Because a lot of people wonder, hey, why do you do the fan-translated version and not the official release? Because if you look and pay attention closely, I recapped that game before it officially came out in America. So it did not have an official release. If I could go back and do the official release, sure. But at the time, all I had was the fan translation. And at the time, I've done fan translations of Final Fantasy, so I'm like, what difference does it make? Who cares? And so I did do that. I did it for Danganronpa, and I was a fan ever since. That series is so cool. Great music, by the way. Love it. And I love, I don't love all visual novels, but I love a good mystery. And so I love solving mysteries in that one. That was really cool. And just the style, you know, the style of it all was so cool. As a matter of fact, I do commissions, but I never advertise that. I always figure, hey, if somebody really wants something from me, they'll tell me. But believe it or not, nobody ever comes up to me and says, hey, I'll actually pay you to do this game. Nope, like nobody ever does. But I'm like, hey, I totally do commissions. I don't want to advertise that part because I don't want that to be like a competitive element, because there are certainly, I do like to listen to popular requests and go based on that, but I'm at the point where, you know, because I listen and I read all the comments, that, hey, I have enough work for years now. Even if I did Recapitation full time, which I don't, unfortunately it doesn't do quite enough to pay the bills. But yeah, like absolutely for commission, I will absolutely bump you to the front of the queue if you're willing to throw down a little bit of a dinero my way. Dark, I know you got me that game on Steam, and I appreciate you gifting me that. I will play that game. I don't know if I can recap it. Actually, technically, I owe a couple of recaps to a couple of indie game developers who actually gave me a couple of game codes and said, hey, any amount of exposure would be nice if you just want to do a video. I'm like, sure. And I never did it. I just never had the time. There's always another story. There's always another adventure. There's always another battlefield that I'm always in the middle of doing. And I feel bad because these are good people and they deserve good exposure. And I'm not doing them right by ignoring some of that. So until that happens, until I make good on that, I can't. And also, Dark, it's not a good thing to say, hey, I got this as a gift, therefore I'm obligated to do it. I appreciate you helping me out that way. That was really cool. But I can't set a precedent for that. It's very dangerous. Those drones, they slashed my health faster than anything else, I swear. And this may be, this is just between you and me, guys. I actually don't even know what I'm quote-unquote worth, so I don't know what's fair to quote-unquote charge people for a commission. I don't know. I don't want to disclose what Chris gave me, because I don't want people to throw that out there. But at the same time, it's like, I don't have a commission rate. I don't know, like, where does one set one's value? You know, is that just a confidence thing where you're like, I believe I'm worth this much and this is my time? Because it's different. It's not like I could say by hour, because most recapitations, depending on the game, like say Legend of Dragoon. Legend of Dragoon is a really long game. That took me a long while to play. And between playthroughs, editing, script writing, recording, cutting, all that, I've easily spent 100 hours. And so it's not really, you know, right in my opinion to go by and demand, well, I'm worth like this much an hour. Say I even did like $5 an hour. Can I really ask $500 from somebody just to do a custom video? I know some channels be like, yes, if somebody's willing to pay it, take the money. But I'm like, I don't know, just something doesn't seem right about that to me. That's just me. That's where my head's at right now. Because at the same time, it also goes down to, like what I said before, one of the reasons why my channel doesn't grow as much as, like, say, other ones do, or I can't do this as a full-time opportunity, is because I don't have many revenue options with this. I don't accept sponsors, because sponsors have come up and be like, hey, advertise this, that, and the other. But if you've noticed on other channels with sponsorships, you have to put, like, a 30-second, like, intro clip right there, like the beginning and or end of your video. I'm like, that's not what I want. I want my videos to be purely academic. And so I can't throw and slap a whole bunch of stickers promoting like all these other advertisers who would like to give me money for that. And because I value that project too much. You know, go figure. And because of that, I unfortunately can't get really cool swag deals. I also don't exactly market myself as a brand. And because of that, I don't like sell t-shirts. So you don't see me shilling t-shirts anywhere, which is a really big revenue stream for a lot. You know, you make a lot of money on just marketing and just selling apparel, you know, like a hat or t-shirt. I don't really have anything like that. I haven't really marketed myself. In fact, me being a personality, quote unquote, isn't what most people come for. Heck, this Twitch channel is obvious of that, right? Here, anybody can come up and just literally talk to me, and most people don't. Like Drag, you're probably one of the first new faces I've seen in a little bit. We see some regular faces coming every now and then people like Dark and Nanomaster here, who are like fixtures. They're here all the time, which is awesome. I really like them. But it's interesting. Yeah, you know, if I put out on Fiverr, somebody'd be like, hey, I need you to make a t-shirt that says cut down the size of the recapitation, I might be able to sell that shirt. And I feel keep my dignity. Because that is something I say in every single video, except for the very first Kingdom Hearts one when it wasn't recapitation back then. But no, I was explaining that. Oh, what time zone are you in, Drag, if you don't mind sharing that? I'm always curious. Because a lot of times I get people at this time of night from the other side of the world. Like Sweden or Israel, Germany. I am missing a tribal. I'm missing one tribal. and it's bothering me. Oh, you're central? Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Because Gino, don't tell me it's behind that magenta door, and that's where it is. If it's behind that magenta door, I swear. Darn it, I'm missing 2 people. I'm missing 2 people. Well, let's see if they're by the space ship. They might be by the spaceship. Sometimes I hide tribals by the spaceship. Damn it! I didn't mean to close the mission. Well, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Because I need to go back with the magenta key anyway. Hey, Moon Crisis, I didn't even notice you were there. I'm sorry. Moon Crisis, how are you today? I just now looked over in chat and saw a new name. I didn't realize you jumped in. I was talking about, hey, this is why I can't do this full time, because I don't chill myself and be like, hey, let me tell you about audible.com. On audible.com, you can listen to thousands of your best read books. In fact, this is what I'm listening to right now. Everybody Poops. Everybody Poops is a great, insightful tale that I recommend coming out of my library. So if you just enter keyword OBM for 5% off your first monthly subscription. Audible.com. I couldn't do that. Come on. Oh, I love the music in this level. This level's such good music. Moon Crisis, I am not famous, by the way. I am very much not famous. I tell people, some people's like, hey, you're internet famous. I'm like, I'm not internet famous. I will be internet famous when the following criteria is fulfilled. Number 1, I must be recognized in real life by somebody, by some rando who says, hey, aren't you blah, blah, blah? I'm not. There is one time when I was actually working and somebody said, hey, you sound familiar, and pulled up my Final Fantasy VI video and said, is this you? And I said, yeah. And he said, that was okay. And that was it. I helped him get his product, and that was it. He was on his way. I'm like, I'm not going to call that as I quote-unquote got recognized. That doesn't count. Criteria number 2. There must be a subreddit that is created. Because at that point, I know there is a community anywhere. And last but not least, there must be a Wikipedia. If I appear anywhere in Wikipedia, that means I'm quote-unquote internet famous. That to me is like your litmus test of, oh, you're internet famous. Well, the internet needs to know about you, and the biggest footprints are right there on Wikipedia, real life, and Reddit. And until you fulfill that criteria, which I have not, I'm not. Hopefully I didn't scare away Moon Crisis. I think I did. Oops, my bad. Yeah, I love how the very first person who, Actually, I have a coworker who for the longest time, when he learned that I do internet videos, that's what I still call it. So people's like, hey, so what do you do in your free time? Like, I edit videos. I don't call myself a YouTuber. I don't know why, but I just can't say it with a straight face. I feel YouTuber still has, not a stigma, but a stereotype. This bear, by the way, randomly wants earplugs. And he gives me a ship part for it. Actually, no, what does he give me with the earplugs? Oh, sorry, I think he gave me a ship part. I know there's foreign accounts that upload my videos to Vimeo because I have Googled myself because I'm always curious. I wonder what my internet footprint looks like. It's not big. But you know what? I don't do this to get famous. It's a project of love. If I didn't love doing this, and if I didn't have a bunch of people like you guys who constantly encourage me and or keep me accountable to getting all these videos done on time, or a relative amount of time, because I never keep a schedule, then I wouldn't keep doing it, honestly. Trying to get on top of all these things is a pain in the butt. There's an easy way to get up here, and I'm trying to remember how it is. Oh, that's right. There's on the side of this building is a chest with a weapon. I think that's what has the proximity mines. It's always weird when you say that, Animaster, about fan loyalty. Like, who are my quote-unquote fans? I've never called anyone a fan. That's something I think people volunteer themselves to say. I've always called you guys fellow adventurers, because I feel every time we go on an adventure to a different world or a different battlefield, that's exactly what it's like. Like I said, I feel like I'm a bard conveying to you the exploits of these heroes from another world. Timed mines, that's what it was. Not proximity mines. I know we get proximity mines, though, somewhere. There's a way to get up this wall. And it's not that way. I might want to do this as Lupus. It might be easier. I could have sworn there was a way up here to grab... There's a way to get up that castle wall. And it bothers me that I can't remember how to find it. Dragfee, I really appreciate you. Like I said, thank you very much. It's always nice. One thing I've really gotten to liking is whenever I make any one of my long-form RPG ones, doing the YouTube premiere. When the YouTube premiere first came out, like, I thought that was a really great way to reach out and connect. One of the things I do sincerely want to do is I do want to try to build a community. Some sort of community cohesion. Because let me tell you something right now. The people that are like hardcore love, like say the Danganronpa series, don't necessarily love the Final Fantasy series. And the people that love the Final Fantasy series don't necessarily love Resident Evil. Heck, most of the Final Fantasy people don't like other Final Fantasy videos I make. Because it's such a weird split community. There's something I'm missing here. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna get up here as Lupus. I unlocked this planet, that's all I need to do. Let's go to Eshbone. Get the magenta key. But trying to build cohesion because there are some people like you guys who you don't stick to just one series and that's it. You dip, you're out. There are some people that have seen all of my videos, and not to make fun or make light of people, but I always find it funny when sometimes somebody will come up to me and be like, "Hey, I've seen all your videos." I was like, "Wow, you watched all 92 videos of recapitation?" I'm like, "That's pretty impressive." Another thing that also is funny is I wonder if any of them are still around. But anyone who's been a subscriber since before I did Recapitation, back when I used to do the metagame, and that was it. Alright, so approach has been done. Thorax and cortex have not been done. I know one of those is Vela only because it's underground. I think the other one is where I'm going to right now, which is through a jetpack only. Oh, you actually watched the Fire Emblem ones? Nice. I'll tell you what, I wanted to do a Three Houses one. People asked. But playing Three Houses, first of all, it takes a long time. And second, it kind of doesn't matter. There's very little strategy for effective, like, building in Fire Emblem Three Houses. And not that it's a lower strategy game. It's not. It's just that you have so many tools. There's not really a point to focusing on it, and master classes don't really matter. You can get through just fine with intermediate and advanced ones. No, I haven't done a Fire Emblem recap yet, but I used to do Fire Emblem strategy videos where I did tips and strategies. I did a little bit of analysis where I said, hey, if you want to build better units using the tools of this game, here's how the game tells it to you, and here's how you understand it. And so I did a class and marriages guide. Because at those times when it was a lot more constrained, your decisions matter. But in the new one, you can go to like level 99. You can have every character do everything. And so when that happens, is there really a point? It's just play what you want at that point. So I just kind of go with the play how you want. So when I quickly discovered that, I just abandoned any notion of doing one for Fire Emblem Three Houses. Not because I felt the game didn't need it. Well, actually, that's not true. It's because I felt the game didn't need it. And that's not a demerit against the game. The game just gives you so many tools. It's like Kingdom Hearts 3. It gives you so many tools. So many tools. And yes, Dragfee, look forward to that. You are absolutely going to get that Fire Emblem recap. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you how I plan on doing it. Oh, I gotta do these guys over here. That's right. Hate these losers. I love it when they cluster up like that. I'm gonna wait for that guy to bleed out and die in slow, painful agony as I wait for this door to unlock. There we go. Dude, Dragfee, if you could do me a favor, I think I might actually post this playthrough on my YouTube channel because I love this game so much that I want more people to take a look at this game. This game is so freaking cool. And it's actually easily one of my top favorite third-person shooters of all time. That sort of depends on what mood I'm in. But if you ask me, hey, what are your favorite third-person shooters of all time? This would either be my immediate answer or be right up there. A lot of people think I just play RPGs or I just play horror games. And I do play a lot of them. I play way too many of them. If you cut me, I would bleed RPGs. But I do love me a solid shooter. This game does so much right, what so many games even today have yet to figure out. Hold on. What section am I in right now? I'm in the thorax. Okay, I'll get that with Vela. We're gonna do this part, I think the cortex. There we go. Cortex time, baby. We're inside a beast right now, by the way. We're inside a giant insectal larva. But yeah, watch my previous couple of run-throughs on this, and I really slow down and explain every facet of why I love this game to death. And thank Nanomaster. Nanomaster is the one who suggested I do this. He said, hey, just pick a game that you love and just kind of walk through and explain why you love it at parts. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to treat myself to that. Ow, that hurts a lot. And that's it for this part. Nice. Oh god, Sekiro. Jesus Christ. I am gonna do one more salty run back of Sekiro. Mark my words. I forget, what do you do in this part? Do you blow up his brain? Or is the part just on top of the brain? Oh yeah, part's on top of the brain. That was tricky, game. Alright, I tanked that. Tanked that pretty well. Alright, we got the part, we got the tribals, let's get out of here. And hey, Drag, while you're here, I do stream twice a week, so I know this is pretty late even for Central Time, but not tomorrow, but Tuesday, we have Sunday stream, you know, which we call the Sunday Squad, and then on Tuesday, we do Tuesday Team, and on that one, I start a lot earlier. I'm on East Coast, so it is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so for you, I believe it'd just be 8 p.m. And so, if you would like to join us at a much more convenient time, I would love to have you along. But yeah, with Fire Emblem, by the way, Drag, I can't wait till I get to it, because here's what I want to do with Fire Emblem. I want to recap Fire Emblem in... The thing that I want to do with it is I want to document it like a wartime drama. Have like a grainy filter in parts and talk about it in a detached third-person perspective where, like, you know, like a World War II, like you're watching a war documentary, like, in 1942, the Nazis were invading blah, blah, blah. You know, the 458th Battalion held the line over here at the Battle of blah, 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 where this many soldiers were lost, but this tactical advantage was gained. Because I feel that would be the most appropriate way to approach a tactical wartime game like Fire Emblem. Because, yes, there are characters, and yes, there is a plot that keeps the whole thing moving, but from the moment-to-moment bits, what makes each sortie so special, that I feel also needs to be recapped because that's part of the experience. One of my objectives with the recapitation is I want the viewer, I want the audience to feel like they played the game without actually playing the game. I'm glad I have your approval because that's exactly what I want. Like, for example, Castlevania was a new try for me because Castlevania is very light on story, but I thought when you're playing an action-adventure game like Castlevania, what are you really trying to capture here? Is it really the story? Not really. But is it not the gauntlet of levels, the challenges, the physical trials, the combat that you go through, the iconic monsters you slay? Is that not the adventure that you have? Should that not be what I'm talking about? And it is. So that's exactly what I talk about. And so that's how Castlevania came about. I still need to do Thorax, because I still need a magenta key. So I think I'm going to continue. And I wonder if I can get all of the tribals now. If Vela has to be... If there's any that are underwater. We'll find out. We're going to do the best we can. I think it's this one I drop in. Nope, missed it. How did I fall in the same one? Okay. Drag, you go get some rest. I'm only going to be on for literally about 20 more minutes myself. I usually cut off after 3 hours. But hey, it was a pleasure talking to you, and I hope I can catch you on Tuesday. I'll see you on the next battlefield. Thanks for watching. It was good to meet you. Alright, so if that was the opposite of what I did wrong, then this one should be where I do... Is that right? Or did I miss it again? Nope, missed it again. But maybe I can catch it with a jump? Yes! Hit detection, thank you. All these decapitations would certainly ban me from Kappa. Not for children. Ow. Thank you for blowing yourself up. I appreciate you. Come on, moving mass. All right, come on, get out here. Machine gun getting work done. Alright, if you guys are just gonna be, you know, skirtish like that, that's fine. Group up like that, it's all good. Doesn't bother me. Rawr, I love when the door growls at you. Man, Drag was pretty cool just there. I love meeting new people. Or, I take that back. I meet new people all the time, based on what I do for work. I like meeting cool new people. Let me put that in context. And Oh, another great thing I love about this game is the sound design. I love the ricochet of the bullet, or the whiz bang that you hear when a shot just banks so close to you. Sounds so good. Thank you for stacking up in one giant mess for me. I appreciate making my life easier. Thank you so much. And the click-clack of picking up ammo. It sounds so tactile. I love it. Whoa, are you trying to flank me? I don't think so, buddy. Get out of here with that. I don't know if it's conveyed well enough. It's always hard to tell streaming-wise, but this game really is, hopefully, as fun to watch as it is to play, because I love playing this game. I'm gonna reiterate that and just keep reiterating it. This game is so good. But it's always hard to tell, like, the gameplay. If, like, playing a game is also fun looking at it, it's hard to tell. Yeah, like an Unreal Tournament, you're right. The click-clack of picking up ammo. That's another good one. And I haven't played Unreal in so long. Oops. I do appreciate, again, how the enemy prioritizes putting you in a disadvantageous position. Like, alright, I'm gonna move quickly and flank while the rest of you guys put suppressing fire. I just love it. Like, the enemy immediately wants to, like, get you killed in a very efficient way. They set up tactical choke points. I like it. It's so cool. They will divert your focus. It's, again, so nice. Well, it's not nice to me, but it's nice to fight past that. The Magenta key should be right beyond here, I think. Yep. It feels nice to go through this level having plenty of machine gun ammo. Also, I love the like the way the machine gun sounds. The buzzing of the flies for carcasses. So good. The that you hear from picking up a key. So good. 6 more tribals to pick up? Yeah, I think the last ones might be with Vela, after all. Hey, Ren, I haven't heard from you in a while. And I even responded to your Unreal comment. I didn't realize that was you, Ren. How are you? Long time no see. You know, for Force Gemini, I would not mind recapping this game. It would be a quick one, too. Because the story isn't, you know, super long. It would be a pretty straightforward one, but yeah, I would not mind. I'm playing this game because I love it, and I want to just treat myself to something nice. Because this game is freaking awesome. But, yeah. I would not mind recapping this sometime in the future. I just want as much exposure as I could throw to Force Gemini. I will absolutely do so. I want more people to talk about how awesome this game is. Yeah, I guess the last 6 have to be with Vela. There's no other place. Well, does she access? Yeah. Thorax, yeah. So yeah, basically the last ones I can only get through this. So Zavela has to go through this level. That'll be the next thing that I do. Because I feel this level could be completed with just Vela. I don't need any other keys because this is the magenta key that's here. So. I mean, I'm just gushing about this game in general. I'm thinking about posting this playthrough on my main channel. So people are like, oh, don't tell me you're going to be a streaming channel. Look, I love this game, and I want to say how much I love this game. It's my channel. Deal with it. I'm not making like a second Oni Black Mage Plays channel. It's just Oni Black Mage. It's just the content I make. I posted playthroughs before way back when. I've only ever posted 2 playthroughs. What was it? Dark Souls 2 and Bound by Flame. Because I was practicing the whole concept of, what if I post a playthrough of a game? What would that be like? I was experimenting. And those were my experimental games. And what I found was, I don't know, I just didn't really care for it, to be honest with you. But this game, a game I'm genuinely loving and I want to talk more about, absolutely. Now, what would be weird, though, and what would kind of suck is the fact that when I post a playthrough on YouTube, YouTube isn't going to see chat. So they're going to not understand the context with which I suddenly respond to a question. But, I don't know, who cares? Maybe that'll help people bring awareness to coming in on here and hanging out with us. You know, we'll see. It's fun, come on by. I hope you're doing well, Ren, by the way. Up all night. That's rough. You know, we have just enough time to do one more level. Yeah, I know. You're going to be like many people, Ren, who just go for the recapitations. But here's the thing. When I first did recapitation, nobody wanted me to do that because I was doing a bunch of guide videos at the time. When I was doing just metagame, everyone's like, are you going to stop doing metagame? That's the only reason I come to this channel, because you make good guides, even though your audio content's garbage. And I was like, oh, cool, thanks. I'm like, hey, I want to do this project instead. And every now and then I hear somebody say, hey, are you going to do like a strategy video on this one game? It could really use your touch. And I was like, oh, that'd be really cool. And I unfortunately missed the ball and I don't do it. But I would like to. If I ever went full time with this, I would like to make the time to do that. That'd be great. We'll do SS Anubis. And in the beginning, people were like, what is this recap garbage? It's not what I'm here for. And I would like, nobody would watch it. I would get like maybe 10 views. Nobody wanted it. My main channel was not that. And so when other content creators shift their content, I 100% understand how that is, because I already went through that. Early on, fortunately, when I barely had anybody watching my channel to begin with. So, I fortunately did it when I was very small, and now that I'm still small, I at least have the luxury of being a little bit more agile with the content I can create. Besides, I like streaming. I will stream the games that I love, and sometimes stream the games I don't love, like Sekiro. I will post a playthrough of Sekiro, though. I will commit to that, because I want a internet-proof platform, because unfortunately Twitch deleted that playthrough already. Because, whatever. Twitch is Twitch. I'm not partnered. Of going through and beating through that game, because that way it'll be the opposite of Jeff Force Gemini. I will play through Sekiro and complain every step of the way about what I hate about that game. And because I'm doing everything and killing everything, I want to immediately get rid of everyone's gut reaction and be like, oh, well, you just don't like it because you're not good at the game. F you. I platinumed it. This is me stomping through it. I still do not like this game. But I keep hearing, oh no, just put your... It's the different mindset. Now that you know how to go through it, you'll like it a lot more. Okay, we'll test that. You can already hear the blood pressure rising already as I just talk about it. Yes, it will be Oni Black Mage rants about Sekiro for 12 hours. That's exactly what it will be. If you want to hear me spit nothing but bile and vinegar on a game, it will absolutely be that. I have not married any games. I always feel marriage of a game is to one of an MMO, and unfortunately I'm not the marrying type when it comes to MMOs. Although, I would certainly like to try out Final Fantasy XIV as much as I know. And it's funny because I have the install for Basic 14 and the first 2 expansions for it. I have, I can't remember what they're called. It's Heaven's Ward and... I can't remember what the first one's called. But yeah, I have it. I have it installed. I own it. But I just literally never play it. I used to have a Final Fantasy XI character. I'm pretty sure that no longer exists. I don't even know if my World of Warcraft character, my old one, exists. Because I haven't touched it. Like I said, I've been clean since Cataclysm. And I still have people that reach out to me and say, hey, let's play WoW Classic. I'm like, hey, I don't feel like farming for soul gems anymore. And waiting 20-minute cooldowns for resurrecting people. I don't like that tedious old crap. I'm clean. I don't want it anymore. Also, love this music. I forgot how much this game Swiss cheeses you if you walk in thinking, oh, this is a nice chill area. Nope, F you, die. Brutal, I lost an entire life bar that way. And because this game is so brilliantly designed, it already knows it, and it's like, cool, I know you just got wrecked, so here's a bunch of health. Can I just skim this guy? Nope. Can I make... I don't know if it's worth going back for those 2 gems. I probably should, but I'm not. Actually, I have the gas. Maybe I should do it. He didn't... Whoa! Shit, that was danger close. Alright, that upgrade we are definitely going for. Like how this guy's like, I saw what you did. I give up. I give up. Oh man, it's a shame I'm not in a mercy-giving mood, isn't it? This thing following you is a little droid. His name is Floyd. What was cool about this game, and it still is, right now he just acts as a threat detector, which I don't really need because I can obviously detect the fact that bullets are coming my way. But if you actually want to be a second player and plug in your controller, you can actually control this guy and be a gunner for me. That's what's cool about it. Again, this game is freaking awesome. Alright. This next area is a pain in the royal butt. Ah! That crap cuts through your health so fast. Now, if I recall correctly, there is... Oh, grenade. Shit, other grenade. Alright, guys. Yeah, there's this... I think there's a secret area off to the side, I believe. I thought. Maybe not. I could have sworn there was. Well, Ren, but right now I'm pretty sick. But that's okay because most of my best recapitations have been done when I have been sick. I remember this level being so weird. Sweet, thank you, Spaceship Part. I appreciate you. One of the principal, shall I say, critiques, to be polite, is, hey, I think you talk too fast. I'm like, okay, well, I think you think too slow, but whatever. And one thing that everyone appreciates is when I'm sick, like I am right now, I'm a lot more moderately paced because I'm just a lot more low energy. And because of that, I narrate at a much more moderate pace, and so people really enjoy listening to the pace with which I moderate when I'm sick and tired. So go figure. I do some of my best work when I'm just literally sick and tired. That wasn't even a life force door. Did I just waste my time? Oh my goodness. Oh no, I guess I had to go through here just for the jetpack door. I know, Dark, you're one to talk about overworking. Absolutely. But Ren, one of the things I love about this game, one of the many, many things that you will hear me constantly say is I love this game's soundtrack, I love its art design, I love its awesome sci-fi themes, I love its gunplay, I love its sound design, I love its level design, I love the game mechanics that you use in this game, I love the challenge, I love the secrets. This game just hits so many notes for me in terms of what to do right. And it's still a game that I hold as a standard for other games to this day. Where I can still say, Force Gemini did it better. And it's unfortunate because there's so many people that never played this game. That's fine. Wait, I'm missing 2? Where are these 2? Crap. I think recapitation is my main bread and butter right now, for sure. That is what most people like. That is what most people want. And one thing I always appreciate is, and I think I'm going to thank myself on this too, is thank God I never committed to a posting schedule. I don't rush them. They're done when they're done. And when they're done, 99% of the time, it is the best job I could have done. If I make a mistake, hey, sorry, I don't have an editor. I don't have someone who can second guess me. There are times when, even while editing, I catch myself making a mistake or misspeaking, even though I see it right there in the script. And to this day, I almost want to make a video where it's like, top 10 things I, screwed up, sorry. And it will be like these mistakes that I made that, hey, I'm sorry I misinterpreted this scene, or sorry I said this wrong, and I knew better, but I just didn't do better. So... For example, that video came out years ago, but to this day, I will get people say, in Final Fantasy X, in the first cliffside battle, Seymour is not telling Yuna to not summon, or not send off the players. He's telling her not to summon to attract Sid. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Thank you for that correction. I believe you might be right in interpretation, but guess what? That changes nothing about the story. If I let that entire line out, it would have affected nothing. Your correction means nothing. So, thank you. Thank you for support. Or genuine mistakes such as I say Sypha Belnades instead of Belnades, and I even know that it's Belnades. And I'm like, why did I say that? I don't know why. I have no excuse. I apologize for my words and deeds. I could have sworn there's a secret door that opens up and there's something else there. I could have sworn. Maybe it's on the way back I'll notice it. If not, I'll fix it off screen. I'm not gonna walk of shame myself. Missing out two tribals. It'll just magically be fixed by the time we stream this on Tuesday. Oh wait, I think that's it right there. Yeah, that's the secret side entrance. Yeah, there we go. And there's the other 2. Bingo. Memory serves, baby. All right. Let's cash this level in and then call it a night. The good news is about Force Gemini is that you have X many lives, that's true, but if you die, you don't lose all your progress because this game isn't being a dick to you. However, if you do... Whoa, almost died right there to show you. If you do die, then you lose, like, say, all 3 of your continues, then you will lose all your progress for that level. You gotta redo it again. But it's only if you lose all of your continues. And I think you get just 3 continues. After that, you get a game over, you gotta restart the level. But because this game is so awesome, it lets you save whenever you want. However, only what you finish the level at is what it actually records as your final quote-unquote high score. So you can mess up as long as you cash out a perfect at the end of it. so you can have no deaths. Shit. Well, like there. See? Look, one continue. That was me being very stupid. But hey, check this out. See? It still counts as rescued. I still have 8 rescued. So as long as I don't die another time by mistiming a jump, I'll be fine. That's the one rough part about this jetpack level, is that you have to control yourself. Otherwise, you will run out of fuel or start your jetpack too late and die. Jetpacks are cool, but jetpacks are a responsibility. Remember that. Jetpack safety. Trails of Cold Steel, I actually look forward to that a lot. I eagerly want to play that. I bought Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2. Wait, hold on. Where am I going with this? Oh, that's right. I'm going down here. See, because it's safe the tribals I got over here. But I need to do my due diligence and finish up Trails in the Sky. But the thing is, those games are so long. They're so long. But Trails of Cold Steel will be essential because you really should not play 3 unless you play the other 2. Because the stories and the characters really do link up that much. But it sounds like you already know that, so yeah. But for some people, they just can't be bothered with 100-hour RPGs. And I understand that. Everyone's busy. Everyone's got a life. Let me help you with that. That's, again, a service that Recapitation has done. I originally made Recapitation for the purpose of summarizing things for people I can't be bothered to play the original game. But little did I realize I'd be rekindling so many nostalgic fires for people. We're gonna walk. We're not gonna jetpack and be lazy. And I also didn't realize how many people use it as a good reminder or educating device for themselves. For, hey, I want to get this installment, but I didn't want to play this game, so thank you for saving me that time. Like, oh, that's right. You can use this content that way. I never even thought about that. I just wanted to tell people what happened in Final Fantasy games because I'm sick and tired of correcting them. I was in a position where I talk video games a lot to people, and I was so tired of people being, you know, that's not how I remember it from 10, 15 years ago. I'm like, 10, 15 years ago, you were a little kid and you didn't remember things properly because you're a little kid. You're wrong. And I know, but gosh darn it, I really wish there was a way for me to just prove it to you. Bam, Recapitation. So there was a little bit of salt in the origins of Recapitation. That's a behind-the-scenes nugget for you right there. All right. Bag him and tag him. We got him. All right. Is that it for Anubis? I think that's it for this level. I think we got everybody in this level. Yep. So Anubis is done. Perfect. All right. That's it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. We will continue on Tuesday for our Tuesday team stream. And we are going to continue on with Jet Force Gemini, again, a game that I so love. And after Jet Force Gemini, I'm doing it. I'm going to do my salty run back of Sekiro. And I will post these playthroughs. I'm going to keep it uploaded on YouTube. We'll see how it does. I'm not doing it for the traffic. I just want to share more of what I love. And get more word out there that Jet Force Gemini is an awesome game. Rare is unfortunately not the same company it was, 20 odd years ago. when this game came out, literally 20 years ago. This game came out in 1999. This is a 20-year-old game, but it still looks and plays and controls so well. This game is so good. It still holds up. I love how it holds up. It's so good. So yes. In the meanwhile, look forward to Lost Odyssey, the recap I'm still currently working on. And me not being so nasally next time. Hopefully I kick this cold in the next couple days, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Pleasure, as always, to stream. Great to see new faces. Great to see returning faces. Great to see regular faces. And yeah, I will see you in the next Battlefield. Thanks for watching.